I salute you, my dear Nigerian compatriots. I'm Jacob Tewa Jingi, and I'm the convener, New Nigeria Agenda. Just like I promised during the last discussion I had here, I was going to bring on an all-inclusive conversation. And so if you are here, you would love to contribute to what we have discussed before or what we'll be discussing now, just tap from your own phone, tap on your screen, the live segment, and you will be allowed to join this conversation right away. Yes. So today, if you happen to be here, watching and listening, don't wait till the end. Tap on your phone's screen right away. Join this live conversation. Make your own contributions. Okay? We won't be staying on for too long. Maybe 10 minutes, maybe 20, maybe at most 30. So, if you are here and you would love to contribute, don't waste time. Tap on your phone screen right away and you will be permitted to have your say. Yes, and for whosoever may not feel like joining live, you can still drop your comments. Yes, if it is even to appreciate this program, that would be great. That would be great because good things are worth appreciating. And when you appreciate, you encourage their continuity. So the last time that I came up live here, I happened to discuss on the topic, forming the right conversations for the right actions and outcomes. I believe those of you that participated the last time, you can remember this topic very well, and you'll probably be able to give us some of the highlights, some of the key points that were made. Well, if you have any, just like I say, you can tap to join us live, or you can drop comments in the comments section, whichever is more convenient to you now. So while I'm waiting for you, let me take us back a little. The topic, just like I said, was forming the right conversations for the right actions and outcomes. So every word there is important. Every phrase there is important. But the most emphasis is on three phrases. Right conversations, right actions, right outcomes. So these three form a chain, meaning that you cannot isolate one from the rest. They all go together as a matter of importance, as a matter of urgency. Yes. So we start with the right conversations. And until the right conversations are going on, we cannot build a nation. We want a new Nigeria. We have to start with the right conversations. The new Nigeria will not happen by magic. We have to start with the right conversations. What do you normally post on your social media accounts, pages, groups, across the various social media platforms? Is this something that will really help build this country? And if you are practically not interested in what is going on in Nigeria, to whose advantage, to whose good are you doing that? Will it be your own interest? Okay. Every day we hear of people being killed. And most of these people, I can bet, they are not part of the conversation about Nigeria. Yes, most of them. Just do your research. Some of them don't even know what is going on in the country at large. All they know is what is happening in their own small area. And they don't feel the presence and impact of government there. Okay? Why am I bringing that up? I'm saying that if all of us, or the majority of us citizens, sit up and start bringing up all the issues on ground to the front burner of national discussion, that will make a great difference. A lot of these preventable crises, mishaps, disasters, conflicts, they will not happen. Okay, they will not happen. And see, even between two persons, it takes communication, it takes conversation to bring about some bonding. Okay? So one of the reasons why we are like total strangers to one another in Nigeria is just the plain fact that we don't normally do conversations about Nigeria together. Whatever be our tribes, whatever be our religion, political parties, we don't normally do conversations about Nigeria together. So how can we be together? How can we stay together? How can we feel like we are together? So it's important to start the right conversations. And just like the example I gave with Koparaye, who spoke up for the majority of her copper colleagues, sometimes a simple conversation alone can bring results. Yes, that's what happened in her case. She didn't need to do any other thing. She just had to voice out her concern, her frustration with the government handling of the welfare of Nigerians and coppers in particular. Okay? And that paid off. That paid off. So just that conversation. But generally or typically, it doesn't end with conversations. If we have a conversation, it has to lead to taking action. And from that action that is taken, we can now achieve the outcome we intended and expected. Right? So, yes, let's start with the right conversations. But let's not end there. Every conversation should always come with what needs to be done then. Okay? This morning I saw a touching post about the killings in Bokos. I'm just hearing about it. I'm yet to have the full details of that horrendous event, or tragedy rather. Okay, that tragic incident. In fact, this is where I hold Nigeria's media, the press, culpable in a way. Because a whole lot of things that concern the citizens, you see that the media, the press are absent. Okay? And this is their primary responsibility, information gathering and dissemination. So if things are happening around the country, citizens are not even having the proper information. It's not just the government that is culpable. The press in this particular aspect are the number one culprit. Why are we not having the right information? And in good time, the moment it happens, why don't we have that information? Okay? But that's by the way. Part of what I'm saying, in essence, when you form a conversation about the information you have, you should also give a clue on the action or actions that need to be taken. Okay? So that we don't just complain, we don't just voice anger and grief about the happening in Bokos, in Plateau, in Benue, the rest of the country. But we also take action. Okay? And as well as take action, we can hold those others who are supposed to take action accountable. Right? Yes. I want to start hearing things like who and who were at the nearest checkpoints. Who were the security officers at the nearest checkpoints when these security incidents happened? What was their role? What was their role? And what is their own account of what happened? You know, we must start seeing that happen. Something as serious as a security mishap cannot happen and then we just complain and look on and possibly move on. No. Once we start forming conversations around security incidents, let's be more practical. Who is the divisional police officer in charge of Bokos? Where was he? Where were his men when the incident happened? And in any case, he should resign. He shouldn't even wait for the higher authorities to start questioning. He should resign. And if he doesn't resign, his superior should sack him. We have joked with matters of security too long in this country. And those are not issues to joke with. Right? So, I'm personally looking at where we have conversations that take this chain of or sequence, this chain or sequence of activities. From the right conversations, let everything lead to the right actions. Then from the right actions, we have our right outcomes. Okay? So, this is something I'm looking at too. And then talk of electoral reforms. You and me know the kind of electoral reforms we're looking forward to. And we don't have to wait till election day, till a year to election, to start demanding for the review of electoral law and the constitution, as the case may be. This is the time we should start acting. Okay? If we're demanding for electoral reform, this is the time we should voice it out. And just like I said, don't stop at voicing it out. Who exactly should initiate these actions? And how do we get them to do so? If it means organizers, a group, going to the National Assembly, insisting that they start the process of reviewing our electoral law, let's state it clearly and then follow up together. That's the kind of action that is needed, right? And then let's not wait for them to script any jargons they like and represent to us as electoral reform. No. Let's articulate all the reforms we would love to see. Is it option A4? Is it a modified option A4? I would personally love to see an electoral reform that touches on that aspect, because too much of paperwork has also complicated our electoral process. The ballot papers, are they really helpful? When you talk of questions of invalid votes, overvoting, and the rest, can you say the ballot papers are helpful? I don't think they are very helpful. In my own opinion, they are very much outdated. I would love to see something like that option A4 method, but a bit modified. When you come at a polling unit or to conduct an election, let people line up behind their party candidate, who is either there himself or is represented by the party agent, carrying the party logo and, if I may add, the picture of the candidate. This is very important. The party logo as well as the picture of the candidates. Let the agent stand there carrying it boldly. Whoever supports that candidate or party will then queue behind the candidate or the party agent. Then the electoral officers at the polling unit, they will now count. Okay? They will now count. And as they are counting, this is an era of technology. As they are counting, they are also video recording. Party agents are video recording. Even voters, if possible, are video recording. Okay? At the end of the day, yes, the form EC8 will still be valid. It will still be helpful. The right figures as counted will be entered there. All the party agents will sign. And there will be no controversy. Everything is on record. Okay? So at that point, even if there's no immediate upload of results to a server, there is already video evidence of the actual voting at the polling units. And I think that is a lot more easier to deal with. So I'm looking at a situation where the video record of voting is immediately forwarded by the presiding officer to the Ward Collation Center. Okay? Then, after the usual collation is done, the appropriate form is filled and signed. Then they snap forward it with the video evidence as submitted from the polling units. Yes. So you can be certain how many polling unit results have come in. I think these are the kind of things we should have conversations around. Okay? If we want to take things further, we can have a situation where there is simultaneous accreditation and voting. As the machine picks your fingerprints, let it also display the candidates. And as you vote, let the results show, not just on the machine. Okay? Let it transfer automatically to a central viewing portal at the world level, at the local government, state, and national. It's doable. It's doable. It's just about the will, not just from those in government, but the people. Because if the people want it, the people are the ones to drive that change. So you don't want an election where you waste your time and your votes end up being changed or awarded dubiously to another candidate. This is the right time to wake up, sit up, insist on electoral reform, pressure the necessary persons, groups, institutions concerned. Let them commence the process of electoral reform. Set the agenda. Don't just tell them to do whatever they think is what the reform is about. You tell them this is the kind of reform we want. So this must be the key point I want to emphasize the most today. Whatever we're making conversations about, let's set the action plan as well. That shouldn't just stop at talking. It should go into the walking the talk. So whatever be the issue, even journalists, if they are properly trained, that should be how they end their reports, okay? If the divisional police officer or the state commissioner of police or the IG at the federal, if he's the one to answer directly for a particular security incident, call out the person. Let's even have the full details, name, even phone number of the person if possible. That is what will make us a serious country. And that is what will make us to not only expect but also see results. So let's make our conversations that meaningful. Don't end like, oh, we are finished. Oh, we are this. No. It's not the way to have a meaningful conversation. That's not entirely right. End with what you know should be done about the situation you are talking about. End with what you think the government should do, the press should do, the leadership of workers' unions should do, students' unions, the rest of the citizens, what they should do. Let's always have that action plan mapped out. Okay? And then let it not be a one-time affair, one-day affair. You bring it up today, tomorrow no one hears from you. No. Let's keep on at it for days, weeks, months, even years, until we see the desired results. So, this is where we wrap it up here. My elder that wanted to come up the other time, I got to him. Maybe he's not yet back. Hopefully he will join us anytime he comes around and we are live. So likewise, all of you listening, please, this is our discussion, this is our conversation. You can tap to join directly online, or you can drop comments in the comment section. So even if you don't meet us here live, you can watch from beginning to end, and be sure to drop your own comments so that we can continue the conversation there. Thank you very much. It's my pleasure being with you, having you here with me, and I hope we'll continue to do this together. Together we hope for a new Nigeria. So as we hope for a new Nigeria, let's continue to form the right conversations, for the right actions and outcomes. Once again, thank you very much. Take good care of yourself and key into the new Nigeria agenda for the good of us all. Bye for now.